I spent 2 hours building a client portal with AI, and it actually works. Here's the proof. And the funny thing is it kind of works like Notion. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it took to build this production-ready app and whether it's worth $15 a month. Hey everyone, I'm Jake Dawson, and I've helped hundreds of business owners automate their operations using AI tools that they actually understand. For years, I assumed AI builders would just nail everything on their first try. What I learned the hard way is that the AI gets about 60% right initially. And what actually works is iteration, the follow-up prompts you write, and the 2 critical tips that I discovered. That's the real difference maker here. And the good news, with the right approach, you can build business apps faster than hiring a developer. In today's video, I'll walk you through the exact process and framework that made it happen. And if you want to grab all 16 prompts that I used in this build, plus join a group of business owners who are building this stuff together every week, I've dropped everything inside my private school community. The links are in the description below. All right, let's dive in. So, what is Zite? Well, it's an AI-powered platform for building business apps. You describe what you need in plain English, and it builds the app for you. And we're talking apps with login systems, databases that can store tons of information, or visual workflows that show how your app works behind the scenes. And here's what makes it different from other tools. Everything connects together in one place. Your database feeds your apps. The forms save your user information. The workflow runs automatically. That means you're not using 5 different tools and trying to connect them all with Zapier or Make.com. It's one system that works together. Now, a quick heads up on what Zite is not. This isn't for building the next big consumer app or launching a tech startup. If you're trying to build the next Airbnb or raise venture capital, this isn't your tool. Zite is made for business operations. Internal tools, client portals, dashboards for real companies solving real day-to-day problems. All right, let me show you how this actually works in practice. I've actually built 2 apps with Zite, the client portal I'm showing you today, and a music lyrics app. Both gave me great insights into what this platform can really do. But for this video, I'll focus on the client portal build since it's the more practical business use case. I opened Zite and I started with 1 prompt. I told it, build me a client portal where clients can log in, see their projects with status and due dates, upload files, and send messages to my team. Each client should only see their own projects. Then I waited. And here's the first reality check. It took about 10 minutes to generate, not the 30 seconds or the 2 minutes that you see in some marketing demos. The AI was thinking. It was building the database, creating the login system, building all the pieces, setting up the permissions so each client could only see their own stuff. When it finished, I had the basic structure, a database with 3 tables, client, projects, and files, all connected together properly. And speaking of databases, Zite has really invested heavily in this feature recently. It's actually become one of their strongest capabilities. And I've even heard some people migrate over from Airtable because of it. In the case of my project now, it created a complete login system with a sign up and everything. It built forms for entering data, and these aren't just basic input fields. They're connected forms that save directly to the database. They trigger actions when you submit them, and you can put them anywhere. Forms are a real feature here, not just an add-on. So it created a dashboard layer for me, and most impressively, it set up the permissions so each client could only see their own data. No crossover. But here's what nobody tells you. That first version wasn't ready to ship. Projects were saving to the database correctly, but they were not showing up on the dashboard. The file upload section was there, but missing details like file names and upload dates. So I spent the next hour and a half fixing things. I wrote about 15 more prompts, fixing the dashboard so it actually showed the projects, adding color-coded status badges, building the full project editing system, creating a rich text editor with Notion-like features, including the / commands for formatting, and finally, converting the entire design to a clean dark mode look. Now, here's something important that just changed. Bug fixes don't use credits anymore. So when you're iterating and fixing things like I was doing here, you're not burning through your credit allowance. That makes the whole refinement process much less stressful. And also, here's where having some tech knowledge helped. When projects weren't showing on the dashboard, I understood it was probably a data issue. The information was there, but the screen wasn't pulling it correctly. When the rich text editor started typing text backwards, yes, that actually happened, I recognized it was probably a styling conflict. Having that basic understanding of how apps work meant I could figure out what was broken quickly and write specific prompts to fix it instead of just, randomly guessing. So here's the crucial insight. AI app builders aren't describe once and you're done. They're more like describe, test, see what's broken, and fix it, and then repeat. Think of it as working with a really fast junior developer who can build the foundation quickly, but needs your help to nail down the details and handle weird edge cases. And if you can understand what's broken and why, you'll fix it way faster. So after those 2 hours and 16 prompts in total, I had a fully working client portal. The login system is working perfectly now. Each client sees only their own stuff. Project management with create, read, and update features. There's a rich text editor that works like Notion. There's file uploads with previews for images and PDFs. Plus there's a delete with confirmation. There's also search filters that work in real time as you type, status filters that work with search, and a clean dark mode design that honestly looks like something a design agency would charge thousands for. All right, let me break down the 3 features that really impressed me. Feature number 1 is how Zite combines AI generation with visual editing. And here's why this matters. Pure AI coding tools give you code that you can change through prompts. But if you want to make a simple visual change like adjusting button colors or moving elements around, you have to describe it in words and wait for it to regenerate. Traditional no-code tools give you visual builders where you can click and drag, but you're learning hundreds of settings and toggles with a steep learning curve there. So Zite splits the difference here. After the AI builds something, you can click into any element and edit it visually. There's a toolbar that pops up letting you change colors, text, sizing, and visibility. It's not full drag and drop like Figma where you can put anything anywhere. It's more like clicking the element and adjusting its settings. But that's actually more practical because you're not fighting with layouts trying to get things pixel perfect. And here's something important. Under the hood, Zite creates real TypeScript and React code, not some weird proprietary format. It's actual professional code that follows modern web standards. So if you do know how to code, you can understand what's happening. And if you don't, you can still build with the AI in the visual tools. Here's the real power. I'd use an AI prompt to create a new feature like project editing. Test it to see what the AI got right and what it missed. Then either write a quick follow-up prompt for bigger changes or use the visual editor for styling tweaks. Again, prompt, test, fix, repeat. In my testing across building 4 different parts, the project creation form, the detail page, the file upload section, and the rich text editor, the AI got roughly 60% correct on the first try. And that's actually pretty good. The remaining 40% I fixed through follow-up prompts and visual adjustments. For example, when I asked for color-coded status badges, it created the badges, but it made them all blue. One quick prompt later, it was fixed. When the project detail page needed the title to be larger and bolder, I clicked it and I adjusted the size visually instead of writing another prompt. Some tools make you choose, either write code and have full control but slow progress, or use visual builders and have limited options. Zite lets you bounce between both. After 2 hours of testing, this feels like the most practical approach for people with some tech understanding who want professional results fast. Feature number 2 is what really sets Zite apart from almost every other AI app builder. Visual workflows that show your backend logic as flowcharts. Let me show you what I mean. In the client portal that I built, I created a workflow that triggers whenever a client uploads a file. Instead of that logic being buried in code that I can't see or understand, Zite displays it as a visual flowchart with connected blocks. The flow starts with a trigger. When a file is uploaded, then it branches off based on conditions. If it's an image, do this. If it's a PDF, do that. It sends a Slack notification to my team with the client name and the project details. It updates the project status to show recent activity. It then logs everything into an activity feed. Each step in the workflow is a visual block that you can click on. When I click on the Slack notification block, I see exactly what data it's sending, which channel it posts to, and what the message format looks like. If something breaks, and in testing, things did break, I can see exactly which step in the flow failed and why. This is similar to tools like N8N, Make, or Zapier, but it's built directly into your app instead of being in a separate platform that you have to connect to. Your app logic and your automation logic live in the same place. Now, why does that matter? Most AI app builders are black boxes. You describe what you want, the AI builds it, and the logic is hidden in code files that you never really see. If something doesn't work the way that you expected, you're basically left guessing at what went wrong. With Zite's visual workflow, you can actually see the logic, understand it, and change it without touching code. For business users who have some understanding of how apps work, even just a basic when this happens, do that logic, this transparency, it's huge. Now you're not completely dependent on a developer to explain what's happening or fix the bugs. You can look at the flowchart, find the problem, and adjust it yourself. Or you can write a specific prompt to fix that exact problem. I tested this by intentionally breaking a workflow. I disconnected a step and I tried to run it. Instead of silently failing or giving some cryptic error code, Zite showed me visually that a connection was broken. It offered an auto-fix button. I clicked on it. It figured out the issue, reconnected the step, and everything worked. That kind of transparency makes the platform feel less like a black box and more like a tool that you can actually control. The workflow also supports scheduling. I set up a weekly workflow that checks for overdue projects and it sends reminder emails. I can see the schedule, I can see the conditions that it checks, I can see the email template, and I can see the history of what ran. Everything is visible and editable. Feature 3 is where Zite gets really interesting. Unlimited end users with no per-seat fees. Let me explain why this is such a big deal with some real numbers. Most platforms in this space charge per user. Some charge $10 per month per user. Others charge around $60 a month for up to 20 users, then you jump up to higher tiers. Some are $25 per users. Others charged based on usage, but they scale up quickly with user count. Here's a concrete scenario. Let's say you're an agency managing 50 clients, and you want to give each client access to a portal where they can see their projects, upload their files, and communicate with your team. With most platforms, you're looking at anywhere from $200 to over $1,000 per month. Now that's depending on the tool. On Zite, $15 a month for the Pro plan or $55 for the business plan if you want unlimited custom domains and advanced permissions. So that's the same 50 clients, same unlimited access, but you're paying a flat fee regardless of how many people use your app. Now, there's an important detail here. Zite uses a credit-based system for when you're building and modifying apps. The free plan gives you 50 AI credits per month. Paid plans give you 100 plus credits per month. Now, each time you ask the AI to generate or modify something, it uses credits based on how complex it is. And if you run out of credits, you can actually scale credits up independently from your plan tier, so you're not locked into a specific amount. But, and this is the key, end users accessing your published app don't use any credits. The credits are only for you, the builder, when you're developing or making changes. So once the app is published, 10 users or 10,000 users, it doesn't matter. No additional costs. All right, now before I get to my final verdict, I need to share 2 tips that dramatically improve my results with Zite. These will save you hours of frustration. Tip number 1, this tool works best when you have some basic tech knowledge. Now, you don't need to be a developer. I'm not writing code here, but understanding basic concepts like databases store information. The front end is what you see. Styling controls how things look. That basic mental model makes a huge difference. And here's why. When something breaks, you can figure out what's wrong. Is it a data issue, a display issue, a styling issue? That helps you write specific prompts to fix it. Someone without that understanding might have tried rebuilding everything from scratch, for example. If you're completely non-technical, Zite will still work, but you'll have a steeper learning curve. If you have a basic tech literacy, maybe you've played with a website builder before or understand spreadsheet formulas, you'll be way more effective. Tip number 2, and this one is huge. Use AI tools like GenSpark, Claude, ChatGPT to craft your Zite prompts before submitting them. Now, this was a game changer for me. Here's what I mean. Instead of typing directly into Zite, I would open up Claude or GenSpark and say, I'm using Zite to build a client portal. I need file upload with drag and drop, preview for images and PDF, and a delete button. Write me a detailed prompt for Zite that will generate this accurately. The AI model that I used would craft a much more specific prompt with technical details that I might have missed. The difference was night and day. My early prompts got maybe 50% of what I wanted. The prompts Claude wrote got 70 to 80% correct on the first try. Huge time savings. Now, Zite does have its own chat and plan modes that were just added this week, and they're designed to do something similar. You can definitely try those as well. They work within Zite itself without that extra step. So my workflow became this. Think about what I want to build, describe it to Zite using plan mode or another LLM. Have that model write the prompt, copy that into Zite, review what gets generated, and then iterate. Now I know using one AI to write better prompts for another AI sounds ridiculous, but it legitimately works. All right, time for my honest final verdict after 2 hours of hands-on building. My rating for Zite is a solid 8.5 out of 10 for the right use case. This is legitimately a powerful tool that delivers fast results if you know how to use it effectively. Now, who is this perfect for? People with basic technical literacy who need to build internal tools or client portals fast. Operations managers who understand how businesses process work and can think through app logic. Agencies serving companies who need unlimited external users without per-seat costs. Basically, anyone who's willing to learn basic app concepts while building. Now, who should look elsewhere? Complete non-technical users with zero interest in learning tech concepts, you're going to struggle and get frustrated. Probably also people building consumer apps or SaaS startups. Zite is specifically for business operations, not consumer products. Also, those who want the largest community with maximum support, established platforms are going to be safer for that. All right, everyone. That's it for today. If you want these exact 16 prompts that I used, or you just want to join a community where we share templates and troubleshoot together, join my school community. The link's in the description below. Also, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and tell me, what would you build first with Zite? I'm curious to know what everyone would build. If this review helped you understand what it really takes to use Zite effectively, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I test AI tools that bring real business results every week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video where we're going to take this even further and dive into AI-powered productivity. Just click on the video to my left and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll see you there.